is, but ain't nobody stopping me. That's how
all right. It's Monday, December 17th, 2018, and this is Dead on Dave Live. That makes me Dead on Dave, or this would be incredibly awkward. Luckily, I am me, and that's a good thing because you're here with me. And let's get right into everything that we got going on today. It's a wrestling show. I feel like dog shit. I gotta be just completely honest with you guys. I mean, like, what else is new, fat shit? But I feel like dog shit right now. So I'm just trying to get through this thing. Could not find anything else I want to talk about. I was looking around and it's like, okay, do I want to talk about this depressing thing? Do I want to talk about this depressing thing? But then, you know, I was watching TLC last night. I ended up falling asleep. I was going to do the review live. I was going to try to do it old school. My whole plan, and this is why I didn't even do Sharpen the Point last night, was because I planned on sleeping for a while and then getting up and watching TLC. The problem is I can't sleep at all, ever again, apparently. So my body is just systematically breaking down, and I'm taking all these type of micro naps, and I'm falling asleep for like 10, 15 minutes at a time. It sucks. But we are here because TLC. Now, I really have not seen a lot of people's reactions to TLC. I haven't seen if it's been favorable or unfavorable, but I got to be honest with you. I feel something happened last night. I think there was a shift, a tectonic shift last night, potentially, depending on how tonight goes, because arguably Monday Night Raw tonight is one of the most important Raws ever. The main reason of that is because ratings are at a place that we have not seen in the history of WWE. Yes, I'm talking about even worse than 94, 95 and all of that shit, when WWE was absolutely crushed. And then we had that wonderful thing called the Attitude Era. But we got something that preceded the Attitude Era. Vince McMahon stepping out from behind the booth and announcing himself as essentially the owner of the WWE and telling everybody that they were going to be getting a brand new content, a brand new form of entertainment. I'm expecting something very similar tonight in a lot of ways. I'm also expecting some fireworks because the words that Vince used that he was coming to Monday Night Raw was shake things up. And shake things up technically, or typically, not technically, typically means trades. Trades, people moving, people coming in, new acquisitions, whatever the case may be. Shake things up typically points to things like that. And after something that happened at like TLC last night, where it was such a bizarre pay-per-view in so many ways, not necessarily bad aside from one or two little things here. Well, one match in particular, and we will talk about how bad that fucking match was. But it was a very odd night because the women hit a home run. I mean, the women killed it last night, from Carmella all the way to Asuka. It was an absolute incredible night for the women. And the rest of the roster did a very good job too, because there were points in the night where you pointed to something and you said, now this is interesting. Now this is interesting. What is happening? And let's just get right into it. This is just going to turn into a full review, essentially. And if you guys want to call in a little bit later, Discord is open. Love to hear your thoughts on this, but this is your show today. Aside from me yammering on for a little bit, it's your show. You guys can talk about whatever you like when you do call in. I don't have a problem with it. Big shout out to everybody who is here. Thank you guys for being here. I know that doesn't seem to be a lot of people interested in wrestling at the moment, but I'm glad that you guys are here. Carl G, Frenchie, Ben, McCod, Jeff, the Fluff Huffman, my man, the myth, and your legend. McCod is here. So many good people. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure you go ahead and retweet the stream. Let everybody know that you are here with us. Carl said, I called Asuka winning. Hashtag just saying. You did. You did. I didn't think it was going to happen. I really didn't. But I don't think the rest of your prediction is going to come to fruition. They want to get to Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda. So let's start here. Since we're there, let's start with the biggest thing that happened last night. I mean, that's typically what you should do. Get off on a fucking fast note, right? Let's start there. And we'll work our way backwards. Charlotte, Becky, and Asuka was one of the greatest women's matches I've ever seen. Don't at me. Don't fight me. Don't come at me, bro. I don't care. I don't need to defend it. You watch that match. I've watched it 3 times now. I've watched it 3 times. And I typically will not put gimmick matches in a top 10, in a top 20 even, most of the time. But this was great. This was great. It was so unlike women's matches that we've seen. Now, I understand it was the very first ever TLC match for women. They didn't disappoint. I never for a second go, man, if men were in this position or if these people were here, man, this would be so much. No, these three women were absolutely perfect together. And it's the same reason why Ronda Rousey is going to work in this equation as well. Because what you have is you have a legitimate badass striker in Asuka. You have somebody, and aside from how she's been used on SmackDown since her call-up, she was so over and big in NXT. So you have that. You have the Empress. You have somebody that people do fixate with, and you know she's an incredible, incredible performer. Then you have two of the greats. You have Becky, who is that over-the-top personality now that is on the rise. That's what you need to be the catalyst for any great movement, for any great segment, for any great match, for any truly great moment. You need that person that is just got you in the palm of their hand at any time. Now, if you listen throughout the course of the night at TLC, there's no question she had that. I mean, how do you feel poor Dean and Seth had to feel when they heard Becky's name being chanted during their shit fuck of a train wreck of a match? Oh my God. I got some words for Dino and Setho in just a few minutes. Boys, y'all done fucked up. I'm going to talk to you in a moment. Holy shit. But you have these, and then you have Charlotte, who is arguably, I know there's a lot of hate on Charlotte. I know, I get it. Charlotte is arguably one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet today. Athletic-wise, her disposition, the way that she sells, the way that she moves, the way that she's her father. I see so much Ric Flair in the things that she does. Does she go over the top with it? Yes, but she's a woman. She can't control her emotions. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's get YouTube to ban me for that one, shall we? That'll be good. So the whole thing just kind of continued to steamroll into this interesting situation where we got these three people who just went to limits that we do not see women do. Were there some botches? Yes. Were there some sketchy spots? Sure. But man, was it a fantastic match all the way up until the ending of the match when Ronda came out. And I would say somewhat unexpected. I didn't see a lot of people thinking that this was going to happen, although with everybody in the same building, you had to figure that it was going to go down. And a big reason of that has to be because of Ronda's reactions as of late. They're getting a little bit worse. You know, they're not as strong as they once were. I think she's still as popular as ever before, but people are getting a little bit quieter and starting to view her in a different way. She's transitioning. She's transforming. She's becoming a little bit different. And I like that. The more she's getting used to the wrestling world, the more she's getting used to arguably last night, by the way, too. The Nia Jax match she had was arguably her best performance. She was great in that match. She was fantastic in that match. And it's hard to be that good with Nia Jax. Thank you, Bang Young Cash, for the Twitch subscription. I appreciate you, Bangs. You fucking sweetheart, you. Oh, shit. I almost forgot. You know, oh, Jade Rabbit with a big subscription. Thank you so much for that as well. I almost forgot. Beginning of the show. wait, what? Oh, Mashuka with a big subscription. What is happening? What is going on? Why are we getting all these Twitch subscriptions right now? Holy shit, this is absolutely insane. Lost Soul, hello, man. How are you? I'm good, man. Oh, man. Jesus, Shot from Point One just subscribed. What is going on? What is happening? What is happening? This is incredible. Thank you so much for all the Twitch subscriptions. Jesus, Crazy Casey with a big subscription. Who is doing this shit? Who is going through my previous Twitch subscriber list and just subbing everybody? Thank you so much for everybody who's subscribing. Is that it? We got a break there? Fucking fantastic. I totally forgot, but Ailes is here. Ailes?
Hi, Dave. Let's start with this. There was another of those things last night. You know, the ones you like, where humans batter the poop out of each other on a raised platform. Yeah, WWE Tables, Ladders and Chairs PPV. I think that's what it was called.
Ailes got interrupted. I forgot to play. I forgot. Oh my God, what is happening? I don't even know what's going on right now. We're just getting subbed after sub. I leave the Twitch subscriptions. I leave the Twitch subscriptions on because who subscribes on Twitch when I'm not live? going on? Incredible. Don't worry, man. I really should turn this shit off, man. Oh my God. I'm loving it. I can't deny this. This is absolutely incredible. Holy shit. That was a lot. Anybody count all those? Anybody count all those? Makad says chug, 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 chug. Jeez, look, I counted Twitch subscriptions earlier today, but this will kill me. I ain't counting Twitch subscriptions all the time for that. My God. All right. I don't even remember where I was at. It no longer matters. Ailes, thank you so much. I appreciate the Ailes bot doing her job. She's fantastic. I feel so much more organized now that I have a robot. It'd be great if I remembered to use my robot. My God, it's fucking craziness. Okay. So, yeah, it's good to know my alert box works. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for whoever just did that. You are incredible. I love you to death. That was overwhelmingly awesome. Thank you so much for that incredible generosity. It cannot be overstated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So with the match, like we were just saying, Ronda Rousey carried Nia Jax, which is very difficult to do because Nia has that gravity-based offense. But man, Ronda was just evolving in the ring, the way that she is just jumping over people, jumping over Nia, the way that she was interacting with Snuka Murder Jr. over there, Tamina, the way that she was handling her, everything about it. Ronda is inexplicably good for as long as she's been in wrestling. You know, we're talking less than a year. She is ridiculously good, and she's getting better. So the Asuka victory, to me, I think this is a way for them to reshape everything. We know that right now there is so much craziness happening. Keemstar, Keemstar, baby, Keemstar. He loves my channel. Keemstar's got to have some of it. Here's Ninja subbing, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Ninja's a subscriber. Now I think I have an idea who this might be. Thank you. If it's who I have an idea, because the same thing happened to Tommy. Tifu with the big subscribe. I'm just going to let it happen. I'm sorry. I'm just going to let it happen. Typically, I'd be like, hey, this is fucking crazy. But you know what? Cha-ching, motherfuckers. Now, thank you so much. Absolutely insane. The women's matches were awesome, but overall, the pay-per-view was not that great. I disagree with you, Lost Soul. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to get into exactly why I think. If it ain't worth it. Okay, God damn it, Makad. Jesus. You want to fucking chug that? I'm sick as shit, man. I'm really sick. I'm going to die. Okay, there's something. Summit 1G. Thank you so much. I got Keemstar. Man, that would actually, like, Keem being subscribed to Tommy wouldn't even bother him, but I got a feeling Keem would be really pissed off if he subscribed to me. So, Jesus. Onision! Onion Boy. Thank you, Greg. A master of the core, I would presume. Yes. I'm believing it's a master of the core. And if it is, thank you so much, Core Master, for your incredible generosity. You're really just making my goddamn day right now. Get me smiling from ear to ear. You're a fucking sweetheart. Fuckhead Mush Puff. We're going to call you a Puffhead from now on. I'm a Puffhead. So I got this box of beer, and I'm going to explain this real quick. I got this box of beer. It's called a Handtasche beer. And there's a whole bunch of different German beers in there. And I pulled one. This one's called a Celebrator, and this looks dark. 6.7% alcohol in this motherfucker. So not overly. Oh, it's a dark beer. This is gonna suck. Thank you, PewDiePie. Are those okay? Question is that the real accounts? Is that the real accounts? That's fucking crazy. I'm wondering if they're actually using the real accounts to subscribe them to, because I would love the idea that PewDiePie now one day will be like, why the fuck am I subscribed to a Dead on Dave? What's a Dead on Dave? I don't understand what a Dead on Dave is. I can't chug this. This will kill me. I can't chug this. This is going to be bad. Look at this. Is dark. You don't chug dark beers. Core Master, thank you so much, man. Just overwhelming. Thank you. It really is. See, I like that. I like that. I like that you'll go out and you'll actually get the real person shit. You're a fucking sweetheart. And this chug is for you. I'm going to hurt myself with this one. For you, buddy. This is a bad idea. It was like chugging syrup. It was like chugging syrup. It's called the Celebrator. Celebrator. So we're off the rails. We're well off the rails now, kids. We're going absolutely fucking crazy tonight. This is going to be one of those shows. Oh, there's another one. Boogie2988. Thank you, Boogie, for the big subscription. You're a goddamn sweetheart. Welcome to the Mush Puff Army. Fuck it, I'm just going to happen. Are you sure it wasn't diesel fuel, Dave? It might have been. It was some black sludge, I'll tell you that. Drunkles, Bayrish's Stark Beer. Nothing to celebrate after that chug. No, except for my toilet later on. Jesus, it's going to be bad. Yes, it went down. Hopefully it stays down. I'm hoping. I was hoping there was no dark beers in that case. All right, Quartermaster, I'm done for now. Thank you, Quartermaster. You're an absolute sweetheart. I love you to death, man. That was very, very, very kind of you. I hope you're subscribed to the Twitch channel. Hopefully I see you in the Twitch stream every so often. We had a great Twitch stream earlier, and we're going to be tomorrow because of Carl G. I get my motherfucking capture card along. I already have the Switch, so we're going to be playing some Switch tomorrow for the first time. We're going to be playing Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I got to let this cat out. Jesus Christ, the cat. I got to let the stupid cat out. Be right back. Coming? Don't. I'm sorry. How unprofessional. Fucking cat. Get out, you goddamn. Get out. Go. Get out. You mangy fucking feline. Goddamn cat. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So you can give subs to people who have not been on your channel. Yeah, you can. You can give subs to anybody. Okay. Let's bring it back down. Ben Young. I used to be awesome at downing, but every time I do it now, it goes down the wrong hole and it hurts. Yeah, you never want to put things in the wrong hole. Never fun. Never fun. All right. Let's bring it back. Go back to where we were. So the entire situation with TLC, I felt there were some hits, there were some misses. The women were absolutely incredible. I do think that this has a lot to do with the ratings, and more importantly, I think it has a lot to do with building for 2019 and the big move for SmackDown going to Fox. That's a big move. Huge move. Massive, massive, massive move. So for that to transpire, for it to make sense, the fact that Fox paid, what did they pay? $500 million? $500 million they paid for. You don't think they're paying for Ronda Rousey? You don't think they're paying for Ronda Rousey? So the Asuka win was confusing. The Asuka win was very confusing for me because it's like, why take the belt off of Becky when she's this red hot? When Ronda gets involved, it protects everybody in the match. Now, some people think, like Ace Trainer Liam said in my chat earlier on Twitch, he thinks that this weakened Asuka it made the championship win look cheap. I disagree. Asuka really held her own. If the match was shitty, if the match didn't deliver, if nobody was good in the match and they did that finish, then I could see it a little bit more clearly. But that's not what we got. We got such a fucking fantastic match, and Asuka in particular really stood out and shined at points in that match that I feel she is a deserving champion. And the fact that she has not been used incredibly well, hopefully will start be going to the wayside. Now, what this is essentially going to be doing is reshaping the SmackDown's women division, and they're going to be focusing on two people, I would assume. One being Asuka, and the other would be Ronda Rousey. So how do we get to that? How do we get there? Pretty simple. You have this matchup that you're building, and I think it starts tonight. Becky shows up on Raw tonight. If Becky doesn't show up on Raw tonight, it is a massive failure by WWE. They are missing out on so many ways. If both Becky and Charlotte, they both should be there, because this entire thing is a circle of revenge. Revenge like fucking crazy. It's insane. So everybody's getting revenge on each other. Ronda's actions were completely understandable considering that Charlotte went ham on her at the last pay-per-view, went fucking insane and destroyed her with kendo sticks and chairs and everything else that she could. She just destroyed her. Becky, obviously, coming to her show, taking the limelight off of Ronda. This shit writes itself at this point. You know, they can go any way they want with Ronda, and all of it's believable, all of it's justifiable, and the fact that she had such a good match with Nia Jax on top of it, and vanquishing her in amazing fashion, was even better. Now, I would be remiss if we didn't bring up for a second that entire situation that happened in the back with Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. Becky decking Nia. This is a quick stop. Now, I felt this was old school wrestling. I feel this was an old school move. Now, if I'm guessing, here's what I think happened. I think Becky was legitimately hurt by this whole thing with Nia. I don't think Nia did it on purpose. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I don't think Nia did it on purpose. And what happened last night kind of proved that to me. I think Nia gave her a shot. And it wasn't even for Nia or Becky. I believe the fact that they were working it, the fact that they were taking shots at each other online tells me they were probably cool with everything. They talked, they hugged it out, whatever. It was squashed. But I think a lot of people in the back had an issue with it. I think it was causing serious tremors. So what we got last night was a good old-fashioned hand receipt. That's what we got. And Becky gave fucking Nia that receipt. And she got some change on the back end because I think she hit her. I think she hit her for real. The way Nia reacted, the way Nia braced for it, most importantly, the way that she tucked her chin, because when wrestlers brace for punches, the fake punches, and sometimes the connecting ones, because sometimes they will graze, they don't tuck. They don't tuck, and they don't. She knew this was coming. She tucked. She was ready for it, and she took it, and she sold the living fuck out of it, and it was great. It was brilliant. So even if she didn't hit her, which I do believe she did, it was done so well that it doesn't fucking matter. And that's when wrestling's at its best. Even when something is fake, when it's done so well that it simply doesn't matter. That's what you want. That's what you want. Quartermaster, the best part is when they get notifications when they go live. Oh, God, please, that would be so amazing if that ended up like showing up on screen. You are now subbed to Dead on Dave. That's good advertising. Quartermaster's a fucking genius, by the way. Everybody give some hype in the chat for Quartermaster for that incredible bout of generosity. Could not ask for anything more there. That was incredible. Wow. Overwhelming. Thank you. Happy fucking Christmas and New Year to you. So Ailsgriff says, kendo sticks, I think you'll find they're called a boken. They're not broken. They were completely fine. They were intact. What are you talking about? They're not broken at all. Broken? Deletes. Sorry. Whew. Calm down, Matt. Calm down. Keep him down. Film Oddity says, Tobes now subscribed. I love it. Hey, Dave, what if WWE can make their own anime series, but WWE Styles Class? Yoan, my good buddy Yoan with the big subscription. They're completely doing this on their own at this point, right? How do you save a wrestling show? Who the fuck is Pokemon Poacher? I love it. Who the fuck is a Pokemon Poacher? This is incredible. This will be the Lost episode. This is just a fun, incredible night tonight. Hazer98 with the big subscription. I love it. And I have to have such a loud and big encompassing fucking thing. Like Tommy's got a real subtle. No wonder Tommy has a real subtle known fuckhead. This is what happens when a man is broken. Deletion. Yes. Delete. I love it. Okay. I think we have a break here, so let's get as many in before the next wave might happen at any time. Let's get as many of these things in. All right, so the women overall. I want to focus on the women real quick because overall, the women just killed it. Let's talk about from the beginning of the night. I'm going to talk about the Cruiserweight match. I'm going to talk about the ladder match and all that stuff, but I want to start with the mixed tag team match, the mixed match finals, which I didn't even know that the two winning persons of the team got the number 30 spot in their respective Royal Rumbles. Thank you so much. We got another one. Quartermaster with a big subscription, baby. Well, that's a lot of new subs. Yes, it is, Katie. Quartermaster is real. You get 5 more. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I appreciate that. Who's new Raw GM? We're gonna find out. I got a couple ideas. Hogan's a good possibility, Lost Soul. I think tonight is going to be about trying to get those ratings back up, and this brings us back to what we were talking about before I get to the mixed match challenge, because I think this is actually very, very, very important. When you have the people that are involved that you do, when you have the ratings as they are, as big of a problem as they're becoming. Now, I don't think they're actually a problem, but the optics are an issue. The ratings aren't shit, because the last couple of weeks, if you've been paying attention to WWE stock, it's actually increasing. Doesn't really make sense, but it is. Even when the stock market is weak and when it is right now, it's incredible that WWE keeps rising. And there's reasons for that, because I think some personalities are really starting to get over, and the product is doing better. It was a sellout last night for TLC, which is not a major pay-per-view in a month when there is Christmas and everything else. I mean, it's a major pay-per-view. Now, that could obviously been used as Christmas presents for people, and that's completely understandable, but it's typically when money is tight. So for a sellout for a non-pay-per-view or a non-major pay-per-view that had 10 matches, 10 matches. Where the fuck is Ty Dillinger? 10 matches on the main card? That was incredible. Why? Why are they going so big with Vince coming back with the big angle that they shot last night? And don't make any mistake about it. What happened with Ronda coming out is a major angle. Very major angle. And it's an incredible one. One that we haven't seen in a while with these type of stars. We're so used to seeing them with the men's stuff. But with the women, it's so new and refreshing. It really is a cool thing. So tonight, I think we're going to start seeing reshaping of rosters. It begins tonight. Shaking things up with Vince McMahon. Going to obviously probably be giving a new GM ship. I think we'll probably get a match between Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle. I think Baron Corbin will inevitably be shipped off to SmackDown as part of this entire shakeup, because somehow, some way, Becky and Charlotte need to come to Raw, and not tomorrow, not the day after. Now they need to get on that roster immediately so they can start building to WrestleMania. It can't just be SmackDown sniping at Raw. Now, there's also another possibility. Some people are speculating that Vince McMahon will end the brand expansion tonight. There is that possibility where Raw and SmackDown will no longer be just Raw and SmackDown. Wrestlers can go either way. Some people are speculating that could be the case, and it very well could be. Would not shock me. So it's pretty insane to me. Ty is still a thing. Yeah, obviously. So we've had bad GMs for a while. So one thing that Vince is going to have to do is put in a good GM. It won't be Kurt Angle. I think Kurt is going to have more matches from this point forward until he's done. I got a feeling 2019 will be the last year Kurt Angle wrestles. I think Hulk Hogan is a good choice. He's a controversial choice. Controversy equals cash. He's a guy that everybody knows. Even at his age, even with all the time that he's been away, even with his incredible scandal, he's still, you say the name Hulk Hogan and people perk up. They know the name. It's always going to draw. And as long as they don't shove him down our throats too much and he just does the job, it'll all be fine. And besides, I want to hear I'm a Real American. Dun, 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 dun. I love that Friendship band put in the information for the WWE stock. It's incredible. The fact that it keeps on going up, or at least not tanking. Because remember, a couple of weeks back, a month and a half ago, it was into the 60s again, but now it is going back up into a good raise. That's a very good thing. That would be crazy if Vince McMahon brings in Dixie Carter. No. It's a move he could make, though. I don't know why. Eric Bischoff is coming to mind. I don't know why. I got a feeling I'm back. I think an NWO appearance is there. It is very possible. French man, it's a super strong stock the last 5 years. Absolutely. I wish I would have still held on my stock that I had in 2007 when I was in Iraq and I started buying some WWE stock on a whim. I wish I still had that shit. It's incredible. GM will be Hogan or Bischoff. I think Bischoff makes sense. I think Bischoff makes more sense than Hogan, personally. We'll see. Just to see Bischoff and Stephanie in the same room again will be very, very incredible to see. So I think we would be getting some good TV gold with that alone. Maybe Steph just takes charge. Maybe Vince holds Stephanie responsible for Raw's decline. Maybe we're going to have another McMahon Civil War. That's a possibility too. Don't discount that possibility. There's a very good chance that we're going to see that tonight. There's a lot of different things. And yes, GM Matt Hardy would be a lot of fun too. I know he's been politicking for it, and he is officially still with WWE, not leaving. By the way, real quick sidebar. I know this show has been so crazy, and I've been so conflubbered, and I do apologize for that. But there's really nothing to apologize when we've had such an incredible night with generosity from someone like Corehound. That was absolutely mind-boggling. Thank you so much for that again. But do yourselves a favor. And I know I'm going to say something that people are going to be like, really? Go watch the Edge and Christian show. Go watch it. I'm having so much with the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness. I've been having fun with it this season. It's stupid. It's retarded, but God, is it fun. And they did a segment last night with Matt Hardy, Edge, and Christian, where they actually make a joke about Edge taking Lita's from Matt. It was incredible. It was so amazing to see it. It really was. Frenchman, I wouldn't buy it right now, though, partly due to the overall market because it can go lower before popping higher. Absolutely. You do not do it now. You do not buy now. I agree with that 100%. It was $100 a couple months ago. There's no guarantee it's going to get back to there until around WrestleMania season. So no. The tent scene. Yep. The tent scene was amazing. Carl G. Matt Hardy has been cleared to wrestle again, so he won't be the GM. He might do both. I mean, who knows? Who knows? We don't know what Matt Hardy's going to do. That's the thing about Matt Hardy. We don't know what he's going to do. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Okay. So I want to put the women over, all the women. Let's go back to the beginning here with Carmella and R-Truth winning the Mixed Match Challenge. It was fun. That's all there is. It was fun. From the second that R-Truth came out, people over there, which is my favorite version of What's Up they've ever done. Him and Carmella did a fantastic job, and it was fucking amazing to watch those two go the way that they did. It was just a blast and a half to see those two do what they did. It was great. It really was. And they won. They won the match, and now they're both number 30 in their respective Royal Rumbles. I don't think either one will win, but still very, very cool to see. I like that the Mixed Match Challenge has meaning, has purpose, has something. I don't care about the all expenses paid trip that R-Truth said he was going, to Greenwich, to Stamford, to the home of Titan Towers. I don't know. French Ben saying, curiously, that stock could go down to $40 before getting higher. It's last ceiling around 40. I don't see it going down that low to 40. I don't. It could, but who knows? I haven't been paying attention the last couple of days, so it is very possible. Carl, the Mixed Match Challenge was pleasantly surprising in a good way. I agree. I think it was a lot of fun to watch. Jinder and Alicia Fox didn't even take away from it. I thought they were very good. It was a decent match. It was solid. It wasn't over long. It was just fun. It was just fun. It was a good, fun match. And sometimes that's all wrestling needs to be. Fun and clean. And that's what it was. And I don't mean clean as in no profanity or anything like that. I mean clean as in no botches and just some straight up wrestling. Say what you want about Jinder Mahal and R-Truth. They work well together for some reason. Don't know why. Jinder has lost some body mass, I've noticed. And he seems to be moving a little bit like the old Jinder, who I loved as a performer. When he put on 178 pounds of muscles that he put on, I thought it became very, very stagnant to watch him do anything. It was hard to watch him move. But now that he's toned it down a little bit, maybe adjusted his serum a little bit, he's looking and moving a hell of a lot better. R-Truth is one of the most incredible performers in the history of professional wrestling. I will say that again. R-Truth is one of the most incredible performers in the history of professional wrestling. Athletically, there are very few people who are on the same level as R-Truth. Even at what he is right now, 48 years old, something like 47, 48, 49. Incredible. Look, he never popped in WWE. He just never did. He came close with the little Jimmy thing, and then he's always just been comedic side piece, and that's just been about it. He is incredibly engaging to me. The fact that he's always in shape, he's always willing to do anything, he does not care. It's all about entertainment. It's all about what he could do for the fan base. We don't have enough wrestlers like that, man. We don't have enough entertainers that put the entertainment first aside from them. I mean, it's really incredible to see what he's done. He's a Hall of Famer. Boom. Hall of fucking Famer. For me, first ballot, get him in there as soon as you can, because entertainment standpoint, there are very few people who's had the longevity and the ability to still get it done in the ring, even at the age that he is. It's incredible. It really is. Should be celebrated. R-Truth should be celebrated for what he's done. He's great. Great. Is he a top guy? No, he's not. Doesn't need to be. This is what wrestling is. Sometimes you need people like this. People who are consistent, and that's what R-Truth is. So I'm glad that they got something. I think it's pretty good. All right. Let's go to that tables match. Now, this is the one match that I'm not seeing a lot of people talking about. Natalya versus Ruby Riott. This is one of my top 3 matches of the night, entertainment-wise. There was some spotchy moments. There was some very botchy moments. But from a storytelling narrative, especially with a story that I did not like. I don't like that they've included Jim the Anvil Neidhart. I've actually found it very disrespectful. The only reason why I've let it go is because that's Natalya's father. She could do what the fuck she wants. You know, that's Natalya's daddy. If she wants to fucking exploit the death in that way and she's signing off on it, I can't say a word about it. For me, it's distasteful. I can't really get down on it too much. Seeing Jim on the fucking table, I don't know. It just bothered me a little bit. However, that being said, the way they handled it last night with Natalya getting the revenge, Natalya putting all 3 women through a table, and hats the fuck off to Liv Morgan for taking one of the cleanest and stiffest looking table bumps I think I've ever seen. That fine ass of hers just went through that table, waka, like crazy. It was like butter. It was incredible. It was really fun. It was just a fun match. I mean, they went back and forth. Ruby Riott is an incredible wrestler. I see big things for Ruby. She's got a terrible look. You know, some people say it's a unique look. It's one we don't have. It's not a look you want to look at for a long time. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to shit on her. I'm really not. But that's not a look that you want to just stare at for hours on end. She has a very CM Punk vibe in every way, from look to style. She's very CM Punkish. I think she could, if they book her that way going forward. Now, she doesn't have a gimmick like Punk does with the whole straight edge lifestyle and all that offers extra douchiness. But just wanting to start a riot is just incredible. You know, the fact that she is just this trailblazer of anarchy. It's a fun, cool little thing. I love Ruby. I think she's kneecapped by the look. I do. Even in 2018, she's kneecapped by this look. Because although all everybody wants to talk about all the time is how accepting and diverse we all are, people still just want to watch what they want to watch. It's just how it is. It's unfortunate, but it is how it is. And I'm just as much part of it as anything, because I can only really tolerate looking at it for so long. I don't know why. I'm just like, click. I don't know. I don't know. She's amazing though. She really is. And they had a great match. I mean, her and Natalya really went after it. They were stiff. Natalya was emotional, but not overly emotional, which she always is. I like that she put on her daddy's jacket. I like that she got the win in the jacket. I thought that was very cool. It was just a cool match. I was expecting it to be the worst match of the night, and it was a pleasant surprise. And it just goes with the theme of the night, where women were just there to clang and bang, man. They were there to dominate the night. So from there, we went to the next women's match, which was Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax, which was incredibly fun. Violent. Nia Jax, one of her best matches that we've seen, and really not for anything that she did. Nia didn't do anything. I went back and I watched the match again. Nia really didn't do shit. If you go back and watch, Nia did not do all that much. A lot of things that happened that Nia was able to get in as far as offense happened because of distractions, because of the killer's daughter, the big murderer's daughter over there, Tamina. That was a big reason why Nia was able to get stuff done. That's why Ronda, who I believe might be having a match with Tamina tonight, I'm just guessing based off the finish of last night, she focused on her. I like that she used ring awareness. My God, Ronda's ring awareness is fucking incredible. The fact that she will turn Nia Jax's big ass around to put that fucking armbar on while staring at Tamina, that is something we don't see wrestlers do as much anymore. Ronda's got the psychology down. She knows where she is at all times. She knows what she's supposed to do, and she executes with precision. She knows what she's doing, and it's so much fun to watch. When she kissed that fist of Nia and popped that bitch on, fucking made Nia tap, it was really just an incredible thing. And it's hard to have a good match with Nia Jax. But Ronda was like, fuck it, I'll just climb over the bitch. Everybody else has problems with her. I'll use Nia. There was at least 5 different times in the match that Ronda used Nia's own body as a lifting point, meaning she would step off of Nia to deliver a knee or that incredible punch, or she would jump on her to roll into a fucking arm drag. I mean, it was Ronda's best performance. Ronda's a ride. She's incredible, but something needed to change. Obviously, something needed to change because the reaction since Becky has begun her ascent, they're seeing the juxtaposition. Ronda has a name outside of wrestling. WWE instantly handed her a belt because they know she could draw. Becky's been around forever, busted her fucking ass, couldn't get anything going in SmackDown. They would not rewrite for her. They would not give her a new gimmick or character. They wouldn't cut her loose. She was just continuing to circle the drain in fucking obscurity. Something had to change. So Ronda comes out and she almost looked like she was a heel, but I don't see how it's a heel move. She's getting revenge on 2 bitches who started fucking with her. That's the thing. That's how they can work this tonight. And this is all like going back to what we were saying earlier. This all ties in to getting Ronda off Raw and Becky and Charlotte back on Raw, which I do believe they're both going to go maybe as early as tonight. It is possible unless the brands just stop. Fox wants Ronda. So you have Ronda continue to hold the title until WrestleMania, dropping to either Charlotte or more than likely Becky, and then moving on to SmackDown where she and Asuka can take that division with the new people that are coming in, the people that are down in NXT right now, Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai. If they want to bring Toni Storm over from NXT UK, I mean, they are loaded with women talent right now. It's incredible the amount of talent that they have just brimming and overflowing in the women's division. It really is a renaissance. It's really incredible. I know Fox wants the brand split. I know, but there has been talks of not doing the brand split for this reason. If WWE can't convince Fox that they can't give them every main star that they're asking for, because I've heard they've asked for a little bit more, including a mini run by Cena, which I have not been able to confirm, but I've heard the rumor. It's interesting to me that, WWE might be like, look, we can pivot you and give you all the stars that you want, but some of them will be Raw stars, and we'll have Raw matches. We'll have Raw titles defended on SmackDown and vice versa. It's cross promotion. So I think it's an easy sell, Ben Young. I think they could sell Fox on this very, very easily, especially if Roman Reigns comes back in 2019 or 2020 and they can get Roman Reigns during this comeback tour, which, by the way, might be one of the biggest things in wrestling. When Roman comes back, I'm expecting a hell of a fucking surge. Roman, he's going to have a lot of momentum behind him. They're going to want a piece of that too. So they might end it all and it might start tonight because with the ratings being as bad as they are, all bets are off. Who knows what Vince is going to do tonight? We really don't know. We'll see. So we talked about most of the things. Let's get to some of the other stuff. I want to go through the card real quick, and I'm going to quickly go through everything. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship match that kicked off the kickoff show. I was very disappointed that it was not on the main show. But again, there was 12 matches in total, 10 on the main fucking card. It's too much. It's crazy amounts of wrestling. Some would even say copious amounts of wrestling. It's an insane amount. And by the way, I need to do hat changes. For the rest of the show, every couple of minutes, somebody just yell out switch, because I got to do fucking hat changes like a crazy motherfucker for all those insane subscriptions that we got to Twitch earlier on in the night. My God, how insane. We did chug a beer for it. And any more money that we get tonight, we'll do some more chugs. Every $10 that we get from the rest of the night on, not Twitch subs, but anything else, we'll go ahead and do some chugs as well. So yeah. So every couple of minutes, yell switch out, and I will go ahead and switch hats. We're going to go through a lot of copious hats tonight for the rest of the show that we have. The ladder match, guitar hanging above the ring, the Vince Russo homage, I'll call it. Elias and Bobby Lashley, didn't really do much for me. It was okay. I'm not an Elias guy, just not. I hated the fact that you didn't win the match by breaking the guitar over the other guy. Well, what was the point of it? It was stupid. Bobby Lashley has got to be regretting his decision at this point, unless they paid him a fuck ton of money, because God, is it just not working. He is not working at all. The Leo Rush thing is somewhat interesting. Are you dying? Are you okay?
I'm sorry, yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah.
It sounds like you're dying.
Sorry, I'm good.
Jesus Christ. I'm concerned. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be a dick. I am concerned.
Grandma saved my life, I'm okay.
Okay, great. Good Lord. Rather Elias than Lashley. Agreed. Fair enough. Point. Leo Rush is annoying as fuck, but in the right way. You know, I kind of like him. Yeah, I kind of like him. TLC 2018 had both the worst ladder match ever and the worst TLC match. I disagree. No, I disagree on both of those. No. The worst TLC match? Who? You're not talking about the women, but who are you talking about? Who was bad? What TLC match was bad? Who? I'm a little confused here. Who? I'm a little confused here. Because you can't be talking about the women's TLC match. I couldn't or maybe you're talking about Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. Maybe you're talking about Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. If that's what you're talking about, I understand that. I agree. But that wasn't supposed to be a match. That was whatever the fuck. It was a resolution. And that's what it was. It was a resolution. So we covered that. We covered the mixed match challenge. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, The Bar, Usos, and New Day. Nothing overwhelmingly great. It's what we expect to see. It's what we expect to see. By the way, I don't consider Corbin and Strowman an actual TLC match. I don't. Come on. And just the fact that Baron Corbin's no longer the GM is good enough for me. So no, come on, get off that. Now we're nitpicking for reasons to shit on WWE. That's what we're doing now. Come on. But the tag team SmackDown match, that was okay. I mean, I've seen better matches out of these three. The Bar getting the victory. Okay, all right. But where do we go now? Because the Usos and the New Day got to be done. So this is something else that I'm figuring. The Usos, one of these teams, got to go. They got to come to Raw. Raw's got no tag teams. They got nothing. Revival needs to go to SmackDown, and somebody needs to come to Raw because we need to break the Bar, Usos, and New Day up. It's the same matchups. They're great. They're wonderful. But, man, we've seen it so many times. Carl G on Disappointed Sanity didn't get involved in the end. I know, right? I mean, there's some tag teams they could have brought up. Maybe even the War Raiders, they're ready. They don't need to be down in NXT anymore. I would have loved to have seen them come and just wreck some ass. That would have been wonderful. But we didn't get that either. You know, the Bar versus the Club. I'm hoping Gallows and Anderson will get something going. I don't know. Anthony Castillo, I miss the Usos having the belts. I do, too, a little bit because they're incredible. I've really become fans of the Usos. They really are wonderful to watch. All right, let's talk about that TLC match real quick. Let's talk about Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Not a TLC match. It was tomfuckery. It was poorly put together. It was poorly thought out for a storyline that it was... I think Baron Corbin as GM of Raw is going to go down as one of the top 5 worst storylines in the history of WWE. It was awful. I mean, I put him right up there with Mike Adamle. The fact that he had so much power. Why does anybody fucking believe that a authority figure completely abusing their power to the way that he has is entertaining or fun? He is a fucking vacuum for entertainment. There's no entertainment any way. Oh yeah, one of the War Raiders got injured. That's right. It's fucking absolute insanity to me. I can't even believe at this point that this is what we were seeing, that Baron Corbin was continuing to do the things that he was doing week in, week out. Nobody was doing anything about it, especially coming off of that moment with Roman Reigns and the big turn by Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. A couple of words on you two fuckers in just a moment. Holy God. It was inexplicable to me that it kept going and getting worse. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? And it went unchecked for so long. I mean, Kurt Angle wasn't a good GM, but I would have took 50 Kurts than one stinking, stupid Baron Corbin. It was awful. What's going on? Too tall, you motherfucker. I see you in there. At this point, the club was just hired to WWE to slow down the blow. No, I disagree with that. I don't think that had anything to do with it. And those guys wanted to go. It wasn't about WWE poaching anybody. They wanted to go. They wanted to move on. And they wanted to see what they can do in WWE. So no, I don't think that's what it was. I don't think they think about things in those terms as much as you. I think they think about money. What could draw, who could draw, and what's going to do well. I don't think it really has to do with anything else. Do they misuse people? Yeah, but it may not. It's not correlation. You know? I don't know. Jamie, when was the last time Ambrose had a good match in WWE? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Great finish and great theme song. Is so wasted on Corbin. I know. It really is just ridiculous. So the TLC match itself, where we had everybody coming out and getting involved and beating up Corbin, and then the Heath Slater thing, which we knew what was going to come. Kurt Angle. I actually thought Kurt Angle would be replacing Braun Strowman in the match. I thought that would have been a better idea, because at least we would have got a match and not just a really crappy segment, because that's what it was. It was a crappy segment that we'd expect to take place on Raw. What's going to happen with him tonight? Who knows? I expect him to be fighting for his job. And I think Stephanie is actually going to be paying for this. I do. I think that that Vince is going to have to hold her responsible, because there's nobody else. Baron's already out of power, so now you can punish him by just having a match and maybe banishing him to SmackDown or something like that. But Stephanie's got to pay for this. I'm expecting a lot of interaction between her and her old man tonight. We already talked about the tables match. Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre, one of my highlights of the evening. It was a good match. I like those two together. I think they work well together. I love Drew. I love Finn. I like that they re-added Dolph Ziggler to the situation. I thought that he was out of it after the loss last week, but apparently not. And I like the fact that they're continuing to go through and just doing what they're going to do with him, because he's going to be the catalyst that slows down Drew McIntyre right now, but then eventually is going to be the reason why he's built to that next level, because they're not ready for Drew yet. They have a couple of people in front of them. And the biggest thing that I take away from that is that Balor got a huge victory. How much did Finn Balor need that win? Now it feels like Finn's got a little momentum. Maybe Finn could be the next opponent for Dean Ambrose after the whole situation with Seth Rollins is done. Seth Rollins is supposedly going to be the next person that's going to be taking on Brock Lesnar, supposedly at WrestleMania. We'll see if that ends up coming to fruition. But Dean's going to need somebody else. Finn Balor's a perfect guy for that. Time for Finn to get some fucking gold, man. Don't fuck this up. You're going to lose Finn Balor, and I think that he's way, way more important than people give him credit for. He's great. He's fantastic, and I love him to death. Carl G, TLC would be still going if they had another match in there, hence the segment rather than the match. No, it was more had to do with Braun Strowman not being ready, but, you know, I understand that too. They could have shortened some of the other matches to get that in there, because it would have been something interesting. Chairs match, Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. It was a match. It was perfectly fine. One quick thing on Randy Orton. I talked about this on Twitch earlier. Today, as I was walking around my town, listening to some music, I had Randy Orton's voices come on through my headphones, and I think it's the first time I've ever actually listened to the song. You hear it all the time, but have you ever really listened to it? Like, put it on your playlist and just really listen to it. It's a fucking great song. It is just it is darkly melodic. It's incredibly sickly beautiful. It's well put together. It's just a great musical addition to the world. It's fantastic. God, it's a great song. And I'm going to be including into my top 5 theme songs of all time. It's so good. I love that song. I fell in love with it today. Absolutely fell in love with it. Fistable Frodo. Finn is a modern day Alex Wright. You shut your mouth. You shut your dirty whore mouth. Das Wunderkind. Berlin. Forever. I almost went like this. That would have been a mistake. Oh, there goes the channel. Fuck. Shit, I forgot that I'm here. Not good. All right. Somebody talked about Ronda and Nia Jax. Once again, fantastic match. Ronda's best performance, in my opinion. And it's very hard to do with someone like Nia Jax. WWE Championship Match, Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. Nobody seems to be talking about that match, but that was great. It was great for a couple of reasons. One, physical. Physical. Those two took each other to the limits physically. They both look exhausted at certain points of the match. I thought that they gave a really good amount of time to it. It was a lot of fun. Got to do another hat change because nobody in the chat said switch. Motherfuckers. So let's go Deadpool. Let's sweat up the Deadpool beanie. That's a good idea. I think you're going to regret that one. Fair enough. So, all right. Since nobody else is reminding me to switch hats, you bunch of busters. It was a good fight. And the fact that it was won by a roll-up, I don't know if I'm on board with they're going a little bit too hard with the Daniel Bryan save the world vegan level 17 Super Saiyan vegan shit. I can't get there. I just can't. I can't get there. It's fucking bad. Oh my God. It's so bad. It's not even that it's bad. It's just too much. You know, it's just a little bit much. This hat does not look good on me, by the way. No. I can't do it. Way too much red. I look like the fucking Kool-Aid man on his menstruation cycle. We'll go Pikachu for a little while. There we go. That's easy. Oh, it made my hat. What is wrong with your head? Did you just give me lice? No. Oh my fucking God. I think I just got lice. All right. I got lice. She gave it to me. Fuck. Not nice. Okay. So we had that happen. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. I think this is going to continue on. I think we're going to see more matches out of these two. One more final match at the very least at Royal Rumble until we get a new winner a winner of the Royal Rumble who I think will be a SmackDown representative. As Seth, I do believe, will be hopefully still Brock Lesnar's opponent. Daniel and AJ still have legs. They can go. There's no question. They work very well together. I definitely want to see another match out of them. I kind of want the restrictions to be held off. I'd like to see them go in an Iron Man match. I think this is where this is going. We've seen AJ Styles defend in every single way, shape, and form. Holy God, has AJ defended titles in every way possible, but not an Iron Man match, not in WWE. I would love to see those two go. It would be great. I don't think Seth Rollins is winning the Rumble, Sims. I don't agree with that. Because I think you can get him to Brock a lot easier. You don't need him to win the Royal Rumble. I think you can give it to somebody else. Because after Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles, whoever is the champion, is going to need a new opponent. So, and it's going to probably need to be a face, and SmackDown really doesn't have that many faces, so it's going to have to be a Raw superstar who is a face that's going to win it. And I don't think it'll be Seth. I think it'll be somebody else. I just don't know who yet. We'll figure it out. I think Drew McIntyre, although not a face, is a possibility as well. And then maybe he challenges somebody on SmackDown because he can change either one of them. Who knows? Ben Young, Dave, made you keep going with AJ in an Iron Man match. What? Dave made you keep going with AJ in an Iron Man match. I don't understand that. I'm confused. Maybe I'm just stupid. Very possible. All right. Let's go out on a low note. We're going to get out of here in minutes because I can't believe I've already talked an hour. I didn't want to do 10 minutes tonight. Quartermaster, you pumped me up tonight, buddy. You made me fucking go absolutely crazy. Dave, mate, you keep going with AJ in an Iron Man match. Yeah, because he needs an Iron Man match. I want to see AJ wrestle an hour. Suck it. Well, you have a problem with that? I don't have a problem with it. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Apparently, according to Meltzer, Vince McMahon was fucking furious. Thank you for the switch, Fistable Frodo. Furious over this match. And for once, I believe Meltzer. Those two look like they didn't give a flying fuck. They did not care one iota about that match. They phoned it in. I don't know if somebody was hurt. I don't know if this was some form of rebellion. That was dog shit. They were dog fucking out there, man. I just couldn't believe how bad that match was. The last 5 minutes, the match picked up, and I thought it was perfectly fine. At the end, I love Dean's reaction to winning the title. I love his heel persona, even though I do think they go a little bit far with that. It was so confusing to me. Just like, really, are we watching this right now? This is what we're seeing? With all the emotion that has gone on, it is from that night after Roman and the leukemia and Dean turning on Seth, it has just gone down fucking hill, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they just don't want to work with each other. I don't know. It's so confusing to me because we know how good they both are. They're incredible, and they have good charisma together. We've seen matches from them in the past when Seth was a heel champion and Dean was chasing. They had fantastic encounters. They fought great in FCW as well. These two know each other. They know how to work with each other. It makes no sense that they would put together that shit fuck of a match. So confused. It was awful. Carl G, That could have been match of the night, but it was so bad. Yeah, it really was. The Sims. It's either they're pissed at how Raw has been going or they're upset with using Roman as key point in the story. Now, I thought about that. I thought it was a possibility that maybe they were a little bit put off by how much they are leaning on Roman, but that's a weird way to protest. You know, I mean, especially with two guys who are towards the top of the card. You know, if there's anybody who can be able to talk to Vince or talk to somebody, you would think it would be them. They should not have that much of an issue being able to do that. I don't know. It was very confusing to me. Anthony Castillo, I think even the commentary phoned it in. It was awful all around. Renee and Graves were unbearable together when it comes to talking about Ambrose. Yeah, I think they really, you can't have, there's no way you can have Renee on commentary with Dean on Raw. It makes no sense. It's like, how could she not know anything? It's maddening. Graves keeps asking her questions, and Renee's like, I don't fucking know. I don't sleep next to the man, apparently. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We have to suspend our disbelief, but WWE has to give us a reason to suspend it, and there's no reason. It's just really bad. So, I don't know. Overall, I think TLC had moments that changed the landscape of where WWE is going. Obviously, the easiest are the three big points of the night, which would be in no order whatsoever. Corbin losing the GM-ship, even in a bad way, just getting some resolution to that and moving forward, I think is enough and exactly what we needed to see happen. Finn Balor getting a huge victory at a time where it just doesn't feel like he gets any type of victories. I love seeing that, and I think that's going to be good going forward. And, of course, the women in general, but of course, Ronda Rousey coming out costing Becky the title. Costing both Charlotte and Becky the title, which I love that. Because Charlotte could have just been affected or Becky could have just been affected, but she fucked them both. And Asuka winning the title I thought was a good moment. I know some people are not happy with it because of the way she got it, but you know what? I don't think it matters. It worked well. Instead of bitching about not getting the way you want it, look at it for what it was. It was executed quite well. And I think Asuka is going to be a very good champion. Hopefully it's not going to be transitional. Hopefully Becky just doesn't win it back tomorrow night. But with WWE, you just never know. That's it. That's all I got. I'm not even going to take calls tonight. I was going to, but this has been a crazy hour. I am exhausted. I'm more tired than I think I've ever been. I'm more tired than I was when I was in Iraq. I'm more tired than I was in basic training. I've never been this tired in my life. Cannot sleep. I'm taking micro naps. It's really awful right now as far as sleep goes. But I'm getting through it, and I want to say thank you to everybody who continues to support the channel the way that you guys do. Both channels. I'm kicking ass on Twitch, guys. As you saw, I just got 1 million new subscribers. Holy fucking shit. Thank you so much, Quartermaster, for that incredible love that you gave. That was awesome. Thank you so much for that. Whole bunch of new subs. Keemstar had to subscribe. Ninja had to subscribe. Boogie had to subscribe. So you subscribe. I do appreciate it. Day before you go switch. All right, I think I'll do that. I'll give you let's go a little top hat love. A little bit of top hat love for you. Men on wrestling. 2 slams and a snap around the world. Oh, honey, you know it. I want to say thank you guys for all the support, man. Everybody's coming out to the Twitch streams. We're getting more people in there again. I know that we had a little bit of inconsistency, but we're starting to get up there. We're building numbers where we want them to be. And we're also getting a lot of great stuff happening here on YouTube as well, especially when we're actually doing YouTube topics and trending topics. We're getting back to the 50, 60 people in here, which is great. I can't say I'm going to be doing YouTube topics all the time. There's really nothing to talk about. I just don't want to be depressed. And the only thing that I would like to talk about is how I'm so tired of everybody being depressed. Jesus, like there's no sadness anymore. If you're sad and you tend to not get anything done, you can't just be sad and lazy. You got to be depressed. But I can't do that video because then I'm a piece of shit. So I'm not going to even do it. I'm not going to bother. So, all right. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow, babies, it all starts again because we're going back to the beginning, but in a brand new way. Carl G made sure that we are going to keep up with the technological times of which we live because we got a Switch and we've got a brand new capture card. My first ever capture card, as a matter of fact. Same one that Ace Trainer Liam has. Same one that my Starfish 6 brethren over at Soul Crushing Radio, which you guys should be watching, you should be following, you should be checking out down below in the description box. Go check them out. I got a brand new capture card, which means we're going to be playing some Let's Go. I'll be getting it tomorrow, hopefully, if it gets here. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. Let's Go Eevee on the Switch tomorrow because of Carl G. Going to be amazing. Can't wait. Going to be an absolute blast. Thank you, Ailes. Sorry that we only used one of the clips and I used it very later than I intended to. My Ailes bot was working at high efficiency tonight. Here, I'll let her play. Hold on.
Looks like we're going to have plenty of time for calls tonight. So get yourself into the Discord now if you have a question or comment on tonight's show or just want to chat. Gives my audio circuits a break from him prattling on.
Yeah, I got a sexy robot. You don't have a sexy robot. I have a sexy robot. Sorry we didn't use them earlier. I apologize for that. There's no one in the chat. So there's no one in the Discord, I should say, to call, so it doesn't really matter. Do appreciate everybody. Make sure you check out this guy, RealTalk Metaphor Messiah. He's got a brand new album coming out on January 1st. Make sure you go check that dude out. Thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you, Quartermaster, one more time so much for your generosity. You're a fucking sweetheart and a legend, and your name will go down in history. Thank you all. Keep it copious, folks. And remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. See you next time. And hit us with that outro for those Patreon patrons. Peace.